to episode 4 of the TOON TAKEOVER, where today we are playing two pretty big games against Newcastle and Tottenham. Now, we've actually slipped down to 7th, but we are so close to all the other teams that are just above us, and actually we do have a game or two in hand on them. So whether we can get that back with this run of games against United, Tottenham and Liverpool is another matter, but we're going to give it our best. We're going to give it a good try, and hopefully that will be enough. If we have a look at our schedule, we've slightly stuttered recently. A very odd result against Everton where we lost 6-2. I have no idea what happened. I think it was just that I had Lascelles and Share with Manquillo in defence, and they did not work well. We then recovered with a 3-1 win against Villa, a draw against Leicester, 2-0 against Leeds, then a couple of losses on the bounce, which weren't great news, but we managed to sort of come out of that at least kind of. We got a draw against Watford, which was a bit disappointing. Then a 2-0 win against Chelsea, which was very good. And an annoying draw against Wolves, where we were really good in the first half and then awful in the second. So let's go have a look at the transfers that we've made, because we have made a few more. So if we have a quick look here, there is a lot of money that's been spent this year. We had done, Zachariah upwards was in the summer. And then James Tarkowski came from Burnley for 6.5 million. He's just a cheap option that was available on the last year of his deal. And as an English player, it made sense to get him. I think he's probably a bit underrated on here compared to who he is in real life. Adam Marusic came in as a potential right back or left back. He's pretty good. Similar deal. Sam Johnson on a reasonably cheap deal from West Brom, and he's come similarly on the last year of his deal, and the same for Ross Barkley, I believe, or maybe it was just that Chelsea wanted to get rid of him, I'm not sure, but he came for about 4 million and looks like a decent option. He's not going to be a key player, I wouldn't have thought, but he's got some stuff about him. So we sold Martin Dubravka to Shakhtar for 14.25 million. A good deal, I would have thought. Kevin Clark went for 3.7 to Real Sociedad, and then likes of Dwight Gale, Jacob Murphy, Manquillo, Share. Lots of sales in the January transfer window, so plenty of activity that kept our board and our finance people very busy. So it's a pretty familiar 11, I would have thought. Trippier, Sula, Kamara and Renan Lodi in defence. Ceballos comes in. He is not really our first choice. He actually wants to leave for a new challenge, despite only being here for 6 months. But Basuma is just resting. He's on the last day of his rest, so I thought I'd just give him a chance to relax and maybe bring him on as a sub later. Souček is in the team with Rafinha and some Maximin on the wings and ISAK up front. And Joe Willock is on quite a long-term injury, so he sadly is not available to us. But that gives Ceballos more of a chance to play, and hopefully that will keep him happy in the coming months, that he's just had this little period where he's had a bit more game time. So this is going to be a tough game, you'd imagine. United have a very strong team, at least on FM, not playing very well in real life, but Football Manager, this is a squad capable of doing some serious damage. McTominay, Pogba with a great pass for Rashford, who manages to see off Trippier, and Sula heads it out, and now we have a chance to counter through Rafinha. It's broken to ISAK. Rafinha looked like he was going for goal all that time, but it was never going to be a chance that he was likely to score. And that was quite wild, that finish. So Maximin. Sula. Trippier finds Zachariah, now Ceballos. Good ball into Trippier. And we've got ahead. ISAK with the finish, Trippier with the cross. And we've started this game very well. That's better than some of those performances we've had recently, but we were very good against Chelsea as well, although I think Chelsea are actually nowhere near as good on here as they have been. I mean, even though they've not been great recently in real life, they're certainly a good team, and far better than I think they're about 14th this year on FM. We'll have a quick check once this highlight's done. Trippier into ISAK and just over the bar. Doesn't seem to be a league table as far as I can see. Oh, and Sula with a finish. Not quite sure how it broke through to him. Looks like Rafinha got the assist directly from the corner. That's poor play from the United defender. Yeah, it doesn't look like there is a table for us to see, which is a shame. We are completely dominating this game, not just on goals scored, but also on the shots and shots on target. And the expected goals are really reducing them to pretty much nothing, which is very, very impressive. Sula. Sorchek into St. Maximin. Poor pass, and Bruno Fernandes is able to capitalise on it. But Rashford's header only breaks to Sula. And that gives us a chance to build again. Ceballos opts to go outside. Finds Rafinha with a phenomenal finish. What a goal. That is a ridiculous strike from Rafinha. How has he done that? That had some venom on it. Clever bit of play from Ceballos. Poor defending really, but what a strike from Rafinha. And that is a phenomenal first half from the boys. Pretty sure I'd be slightly more effusive in my praise of the team in real life, but we don't want to let them get too complacent because this is a team that can turn it round. Three 3-0 at half time. Doesn't happen very often at Old Trafford. Camera. Sorchek into Lodi. Returns the favour and St. Maximin just heads it over the bar. I think he was just stretching out for it a little bit and couldn't quite get over it. .25 minutes to play. And no real signs that United are going to turn this round. I think it's probably time to get Ceballos off and get Bissouma on. In fact, I might get Barkley on as well. Give him some game time. I think he can play as the Mazzala. And who else would I want to get on? I think Marusic maybe for Trippier. Or if St. Maximin's tired, actually we'll go for Boga. He's just a really, really good option. Nice and cheap. Doesn't complain about game time, but also just he's a very good player. He plays a lot. Rafinha. And Sula's header, it was in a lot of free space. It was quite a long way out, so it would have been impressive if he had managed to score from there. But it wasn't a bad effort. Fernandes finds Varane. And now McTominay with a good ball for Ronaldo. And he scored a frankly unnecessary finish. 27th goal of the season for Ronaldo. That is ridiculous at this stage of the season. Just need to hold on. No silly chances for them. Oh, Trippier, I thought he'd whacked it into our own player and into the net. Let's get some time wasting on because we don't want to give United any chances whatsoever of getting back into this. And it looks like this should be enough. Oh, it's unlucky. Sula again getting onto the header. And now we have a free kick and we'll probably see out the game from here, which is very, very impressive. Really good performance from the lads today. And it's whacked out of play by Fernandes for absolutely no real reason. Or, well, there was a reason, but it was awful. Even if he was trying to find someone, that was not an impressive pass in the slightest. and we're now 4th again, and just 1 point behind Arsenal, who drew against Chelsea. Chelsea are currently in 10th, but it doesn't look like they're going to slip anywhere below there. They've not been phenomenal this season, Chelsea, and doesn't look like they're going to make the top 4. So let's hope we can follow up that really good result with another against Tottenham. Now today we've got a similar squad really. In fact, it's almost exactly the same. In fact, the first team is the same. Basuma still on the bench, but he will probably come in for the next game as one of our starters, just because he's not really a Mazzala. That we've decided to put him on the bench today and give Ceballos another chance, particularly because he was very good in that last game. Almiron drops out of the squad entirely. He's probably not very happy about that. He's not a very happy boy at the moment anyway. He wants to leave because he's not played enough. But he's not going to be playing over Fraser and Boga. And even beyond that, we've got Rafinha and St. Maximin who can play on both sides. So it's looking long for him. Let's hope that we can do something similar to that last game where we were really quite impressive. We are away this time, so it'll probably be a harder game, simply because it's a good team away from home, and they're always a lot more difficult than good teams at home. But I believe we are okay. Maybe I don't believe. Good save from Martinez. I've got no idea what Lodi was doing. Maybe he's busy peddling anti-vax theories. As I understand, he is an anti-vaxxer. Mora. Lodi wins it back. And that is the end of that chance. Souček finds Lodi now. Can he get a good cross in? He can, and ISAK's there, and that's a really good header. Rose above his marker, who I think was probably Eric Dyer. And looked very easy for him, but I think it was actually quite a difficult goal. And ISAK is in very, very good form, and he's now 4 stars for us. I wonder how his stats are looking. Similar, but it looks like his finishing's going to go up pretty soon. Lodi. Souček. Zakaria. It's cleared out to Son, who has a lot of space to run into. This is not good. Oh, Sula's done well to win that back. Is he? He's not sending him off, is he? No. That was a really good tactical foul by Sula, who has got a yellow card. Seems a bit odd to me to have Kane as a pressing forward. Would have thought that would be one of the last roles that he'd suit. But, if... I suspect it's Nuno Espirito Santo still on here. I don't mind. I don't mind if he wants to play Kane like that. Matty Doherty finds Lucas. He's in a good position to cross here, and Son with a great header. That's a really nice finish. No chance for Martinez. Just rose above Trippier, and it was that was a good goal from Spurs. So we go in at the break at 1-1. It's been an okay performance all round, really. Not quite as good as the last game, but we've certainly got the better of the game so far. Let's hope it stays that way. ISAK looks to lay it down for Souček. It's a poor... Oh, that's very unlucky. It was a poor bit of play from Doherty to give it away back to Souček immediately after winning it. But Souček couldn't quite finish it. And, Dyer just getting in the way of Isak's shot. Lloris was out of position, so that was probably going in. Sula. Nothing else happening beyond that point in that chance. Højbjerg. Well in by Lodi, and now ISAK is in behind, and he finishes. This man is on absolute fire at the moment. Everything he touches turning to gold. Really good positioning as well. Last man on the last shoulder of the defender, and made no mistake with the finish. St. Maximin with the assist, and actually I think, given his tiredness, it's probably time to get St Maximin off. And I think we'll give Fraser a run out. Given that he's not played a lot recently, I think it's worth keeping him content because he is a good player. Souček can come off for Basuma. And I think we'll get Trippier off for Marusic. Let's hope there aren't any last minute surprises. Looks like Joe Bryan has joined. Has he? Oh no, it'll be Brian Gill. Not quite Joe Bryan. Last few minutes, let's get some time wasting on because we like to time waste and lower the tempo when it gets to this sort of stage against a big team. And that is that, 2-1. A very, very successful episode today. Really good performances from the boys. 2 great results, and that sees us in 3rd again. So we started the episode in 7th, now we are in 3rd. Really, really good team performances in both games. And but I guess you'll have to see next time what happens with that one. We won't play that one in that game, but you'll see on the calendar what's happened with that game. Anyway, if you have enjoyed this episode, please do leave a like and subscribe to the channel as it really helps me out. I hope to see you next time, but in the meantime, have a great day.